see her buried. The one I love better than anyone else, better than the world, better than God, better than my own flesh and blood. I see her festering there in that bloody wound of love, so close that I could not distinguish her from the wound itself. I see her struggling to free herself, to make herself clean of love's pain, and with each struggle sinking back into the wound, mire, suffocating, writhing in blood, a terrible look in her eyes of piteous agony, the look of the beast that is trapped. I see her opening her legs for deliverance as each orgasm groans in anguish. I hear the walls falling, the house caving in on us, going up in flames. I hear them calling us from the street, the summons to work, the summons to arms, but we are nailed to the floor and the rats are biting into us. The graven wound of love entombed us, the night filling our bowels, the stars shimmering above the black bottomless lake. I lose the memory of words of her name, which I pronounce like a monomaniac. Yeah, I forget what she looked like, what she felt like, what she smelt like, what she fucked like. Piercing deeper and deeper into the night of the fathomless cavern, I followed her to the deepest hole of her being, to the charnel house of her soul, to the breath which had not yet expired from her lips. I sought relentlessly for her whose name was not written anywhere. I penetrated the very altar and found nothing. I wrap myself around this hollow shell of nothingness like a serpent with fiery coils. I lay still for centuries. I saw the constellations wheeling upon the huge hole in the ceiling of the universe. I saw the outer planets and the black stars. I saw the dragon shaking itself free of dharma and karma, but I could not read her face. I could see only the eyes shining through the electric effluvium of her incandescent vision. How had she come come to expand was beyond all grip of consciousness. By what monstrous magic had she spread herself thus in the face of the world, revealing everything that anyone could conceive of except for herself? She was hidden in the face of the sun, the moon, the eclipse. She was a mirror which had lost its quicksilver. Looking in the black eyes of the pulpy translucent flesh, I saw the brain structure of all formation, all relation, all effervescence. I saw the brain within the brain, the endless machine, endlessly turning the word hope, revolving on a spit, rotating, roasting, dripping with fat, revolving. I heard her dreams mumbled in lost tongues, stifled, strange, reverberating, the gasps, the groans, the pleasured sighs. I heard her call my name, which I had not yet uttered. I heard everything magnified 1,000 times, a voice imprisoned in the belly of an organ. I caught the muffled breathing of the world, affixed at the very crossroads of sound. Thus we walked and slept and ate together, Siamese twins of love and joy that death alone could separate. We walked upside down, hand in hand, at the neck of the bottle. This was written in 1939 by Henry Miller. I'm Lydia Lunch with Tim Dahl and Matt Nelson. Don't interrupt. That's not necessary. of reincarnation as the ability to dissect the secret history inherent in our genetic coding and the multiple atrocities which have polluted our bloodlines. Contemplate suffering as an acute oversensitivity to geography and the army of ghosts which litter the landscape and who have given their lives legion of blood to the whimsy of brutarians who denigrate life by celebrating death. Imagine, if you can, that every stone, stairwell, street has absorbed the life, death, and fear of everyone that has come before you, and that your job is to give voice to this madness. Now this is my murder, and I am feeling murderous again. In the beginning, before they had invented God. In the beginning, before they had invented God, there was simply a woman. Some say the devil is a woman. If there's a devil, I pray she's a woman. Maybe a monster, maybe my devil. Simply a woman. Can you remember the sacred origins when we as women lived in covenants? We were all pagans, all of us heathens. We'd have a wild bacchanalia. We'd dance naked under the moonlight. In the beginning, there was simply one. Women perfected poetry, language, song, and dance. The night has always belonged to women. They've always feared us, feared our magic, feared our sex voodoo. Do you remember the prayers and incantations, the secret signs and sacred symbols that stole our religion? The permanent religion. Christianity and every fucking religion is a complete perversion. Yeah! God was the first fucking cop. Yeah! God was the first cock. God was the first big dick, low life, no good motherfucker that condemned this world to war. And man was not created in the image of God. God was created in the image of fucking man, so he had something to blame his infantile tantrums on. Yeah! In the beginning and in the end, because we do outnumber them. Get your fucking guns, lady. I don't understand. All you need is old gun training. Some of these cocksuckers, we need to confront the cockocracy. They gotta be taken out. Murderous, as always. the subject, I wrote a little letter called Dear Ivanka. Dear Ivanka, what the fuck is wrong with you, darling? How the fuck do you stand yourself? I mean, you present such a picture-perfect, surgically enhanced visage, but aren't you squirming just a little bit inside under that incredibly fraudulent facade? I mean, I know. A lot of us grew up with fathers that were predators, rapists, child molesters, liars of the lowest or highest order, but few of us, very few, had to withstand a dad that publicly announced they'd like to fuck us, or that it was okay to call us a piece of ass on the Howard Stern show. I mean, after all, that is the same fucking asswipe that said, when you're a star, they'll let you do anything. That is, if you want a history lesson, except the 26 women since the 1970s who have accused this crusty fuck, your father, of groping without consent, looking up women's shirts, walking in on naked teenage pageant contestants, raping a woman in Bloomingdale's dressing room, or calling Jeffrey Epstein a terrific guy. And by the way, who did a lot more than just grab him by the frickin' pussy. And you know what? I would love to see that fucking crusty old fuck try to grab my fucking pussy. He's gonna get a handful of balls and then a kick in his, which are probably peanut-sized with his mushroom dick. Anyway, I digress, but... Dear Ivanka, what the fuck is wrong with you, darling? But I guess, let me just imagine, having $34 million divided by 3 of your mother's money means, of course, it wouldn't really matter to you that she's buried at the Bedminster Golf Course where your dad, that fat-ass, pathological liar and serial sex offender, can push his butt over her fucking head, and God knows he can't cunt soon enough until he dies of a Big Mac attack after gloating on fucking junk food, that fucking chunky, which appears to have brought on the onslaught of early onset dementia. But like father, like daughter, and just asking, I mean, and I know this because I've done it too, but how many under-the-table hand jobs did you have to give to be awarded 16 trademarks in China, including, I shit you fucking not, voting machines? That was during your lecherous Dudovadez first term in office, and like mother, like daughter, you married into an infamous criminal family cabal, the Kushners, but no biggie, I mean your fabulous father-in-law. He was only convicted of 18 criminal charges, serving a mere 2 years in the federal penitentiary before being pardoned by Daddy Diaper Don Dearest, who himself has 34 felony convictions on the record, including paying hush money to a porn star. But I guess that probably got him off your tip and off your piece of fucking ass at least for a minute or two. And who still continues double dipping on uncountable dirty deeds. I mean, the very same. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stable genius who filed fraudulently for bankruptcy 6 times and couldn't even keep a frickin' casino from failing, and has now turned his unbelievably moronic lack of business acumen to bankrupting the entire fucking planet, while your whole criminal enterprise sells shitty made-in-China tchotchkes to MAGA idiots, while brokering kleptocurrency and bad land deals with foreign dictators who really don't give a shit if the whole fucking world turns into a gulag from suffering under the next Great Depression. What the fuck is wrong with you, Ivanka? Are you so freaking brain dead that you've been turned into a Stepford daughter? Are you so out of touch with anything other than your own alternative facts that you can't see the forest is burning the fucking trees down? Are you so criminally rich that you're already designing, no doubt financed by the Saudis or designed by the Russians or the Chinese, your own underground bunker where you can await out the apocalypse while the world burns The oceans rise, the poor starve, women, children, and innocent male civilians are massacred as the wars continue, and you sit in your $24 million Miami mansion laughing as the rest of us die a little bit every fucking day because you don't have the goddamn fucking guts or the honor to commit patricide. What the fuck is wrong with you, Ivanka? not a recent acceptance of my existence, but I'm suddenly feeling tonight very much like a cross between Lenny Bruce and Joe Pesci. I'm kind of the Joe Pesci of No Wave. I mean, I'm the only one fucking laughing, but all right, well, let me be honest, like I could be anything else. What's amazing, when you're a pathological fucking liar in the White House, I'm a pathological truth teller. I'm on the wrong fucking path. Fuck, what did I do wrong? Throwing a little bit of, did anyone say they wanted a, no, nobody said they wanted a poem, so I'm gonna give you one. This is more like, gonna bring a little bit of Tom Waits. So go out down there. Late night lost. See that kitty litter voice? You know, don't start a fucking band until you can start like me, women, all right? You know how long that takes? Don't ask. Late night lost. See that haunted no man's land, standing stranded on the corner of sunset and accidental, the ghost of all those who could have been, should have been, leave a Vaseline smeared lipstick smudge on the rearview mirror's bloodstained crack. I'm lonely as one left shoe with a broken ankle strap tossed out the window of the Starlight Motel. There is no drug. God damn, they don't make good drugs anymore. There is no drug potent enough to kill off that vision of him, that soured, honeyed tumbleweed of hair that smelled of dirty sex and cigarettes. His kiss is burned into my lips like a faded hologram, just slightly out of focus. I keep reaching for his mouth, forgetting about how the night bled out, turning a beautiful angel into a beautiful corpse. He's just a mirage. He's just a mirage. He's crushing me. I'm lingering in and out of consciousness. The dream drugs must be working. His attempt to vaporize me in order to code my magic makes my spine prickle, and this subhuman aphrodisiac puts the make on me making goo-goo eyes and cooing like a lovesick pigeon. He's just a mirage. He's just a mirage. He's crushing me. He slowly rises like a desert rat. He's crawling on all fours, mustering the strength of dead man everywhere. He rushes up against me. He's in my skin. I move my lips in protest, but my breath is turned to dust. My bones are hollow husk. I have a soft spot for him. Oh yeah. I have a soft spot for him. Kisses on the razors, yeah. Kisses on the razors. He is mouthing instructions which I will fight with all my will. He's telling me to pick up the snub nose. Pick up the snub nose. Cool evening breeze. Kisses dirty vape. My tongue is swollen, preventing argument against his hypnotic pull. He pulls at me. He pulls. It's just a mirage. This is his domain. This is his domain, caretaker of the endless obsidian night, the grave digger of ash streams, a mortician's reanimator of broken hearts. He's just a mirage. And like all my favorite lovers, he's fucking dead. we're all looking for. That the present is the point at which time touches eternity. I mean, this is not an extension of time right now. This is an absence of time. This is an abomination of the calendar that embraces a strange mathematical point of endlessness. Right here, right now, this is a point with no width, occupying no space. I mean, time is the longest distance between two places, between two people, between you and me. Or, to quote Bowie, time is waiting in the wings. He speaks of senseless things. His track is you and me, boys. Time it flexes like a whore, falls wanking to the floor. His trick is you and me, boys. I'm trying to divine an absence of the unnecessary. I am attempting to unblock the limitations of the failure of resilience. I'm flailing to find new ways to overcome the tedium of the human form with all its multiple imperfections. Like a blind prophet, I'm just trying to read braille off your skin to decode your past and future tense. For me, the moment right before or immediately after, whatever it is, that becomes absolutely fucking unbearable. Let me repeat that. The moment right before or immediately after, whatever it is, that becomes absolutely fucking unbearable, that's where I no longer want to live. Time in quaaludes and red wine, demanding Billy Dolls and other friends of mine. Take your time, the sniper in the brain, incestuous in vain, and many other lies. Now take a look at my watch. Time holds you in its arms and gives you one last kiss and then folds you up and tucks you away like a flat circle into a time that has you will become somebody else's past or future tense, or maybe a fractal which they could not understand, a fantasy which becomes a flight into a dimension that lies beyond the reach of a calendar. Now let me quote Matthew McConaughey, True Detective Season 1, the only good one. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. In eternity, which is everything outside of our own dimension, there is no time. Nothing can grow, nothing become. So death created eternity to grow the things in it would kill. And what I call it is the killing zone of false memory. And memory, when drained of the emotional charge, is simply wisdom turned outward. And I know the clock is ticking. The hours drain away. Years dissolve into decades stacked like shipping containers, holding all the memories you can't recall in the past. The past is everything you fucking failed to be. Yeah, past is everything you failed to be. The future is a vague possibility of what you could potentially make of it. Can you take it? Can you take one? Can I take one more fucking night? Well, I'm here on time. Time that flexes like a whore, falls wanking to the floor. Its trick is you and me, boys. Time is one long second that goes on forever. Tomorrow is just a word for a place we are all looking for. Being with you and being without you is the only way I have to measure time. others that identify as such. In other words, the superior race. You're gonna get me when I say this. I am always the last man standing. Yeah. I'm always the last man standing. Glass in hand, cigarette, blood-stained lips, black slip, hips cocked at a rakish angle. I'm like insomnia's wet nurse. I'm ready to shoot out the clock, because let's face it, I sleep in shifts. 3:14, 4:52, 6:30 a.m. I have a 3:57, that would be Smith & Wesson in my fucking hand, and trust me, I do know how to fucking use it. Come buy one if you don't go to training. When it's loaded, don't be ridiculous. And when no one left but me and forensic files, I guess I'll just put on True Detective one more time and maybe try to hunt down, by the way, by the FBI's, I don't trust them, calculations. Right now, there are 500 serial killing truck drivers. Now, one of my alter egos is a queer truck driver. Would that be me? I don't have 500 personalities. Back to the script. I guess I'll just play True Detective one more time and try to hunt down America's Most Wanted, those couples who kill in cold blood. You know, I always feel like I'm rolling around in the killing fields where the prime suspect is the nightmare next door that almost got away. I always fucking get away with that. I'm like some twisted mind hunter that snapped and wants to crack open those cold case files. Now, the most bizarre cold case file or unsolved mystery in my reality is, how the hell do men 13 years, 23 years, 33 years younger than I might invite him over, all right, give him a little bit of food, my DNA is in it just because. How the hell do they suddenly just fall asleep, seduced by Morpheus into a sleep like death? They don't realize what a fucking creep. I'm a creep. Oh yeah. And they're all losers. What the fuck are they doing here? They don't get it. Not realizing that what I do, and I am a sneaky fucking creep, I sneak around rifling through their wallets, slipping little bits of incriminating evidence inside while extracting small samples of their DNA to plant at future crime scenes where I will no doubt commit a hideous, perhaps sexual act. I'm not admitting anything, which I will never, ever admit to or be caught at, because as a forensic fucking expert, trust me on that, not only am I the last man standing, bitch boys, go to sleep, you little sheep, but I'm a creep, and they're all losers. What? Aren't they? What the fuck are they doing here? Whatever I fucking tell them to. Thank you very much.
There's some merch for sale. Thanks for coming out.